So second session is starting. Atuja is our next presenter, and she is very well known to all of you. She is our co-admin of Flora and Fauna Asia Facebook group. She is very much interested on environment and biodiversity. She has done 2 courses from BNHS on ornithology and leadership in biodiversity. Now she is going to present her presentation now. Atuja, please start.
Yes, ma'am, I'm starting. So I think it is visible to all. So it is visible.
Yes, it is visible. Atuja, start.
Okay. So good evening, everyone, and welcome. Um, so my today's presentation is an introduction to butterfly diversity. So before going to know what butterflies are, I think it is better to go from the roots, and so we will start from Whitaker's classification. So in 1969, the American plant biologist R.H. Whitaker, he proposed this 5 kingdom classification. So that Monera protesta, I will not go into that part. So we know about these 7 steps: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So I will show you in which part butterflies are in these steps. So you see the position of butterflies here. I have taken an example of a butterfly, lime butterfly, Papilio demolius. So I have taken Papilio demolius as an example, and I'm showing you the position of butterfly in his 5 kingdom in his classification. So you can see in the kingdom, Animalia, and then in the phylum it is arthropods, and then class, so insecta, and we all know that insects are the largest group of animals on this earth. Then order, Lepidoptera, and hence they are also called as Lepidopterans. Then family, Papilionidae. Then genus, Papilio, and species, Papilio demolius. So now we come to what is a butterfly. So butterflies are small winged insects which have beautifully colored wings. So that's our common knowledge, right, about butterfly. But butterflies are more than that. And we mostly see butterflies from flowers floating around freely. But not only flowers, but there are also many butterflies that never visit flowers. And if it is said about the population of butterfly species, or how many types of butterfly species are in the world, so it is estimated that 17,000 are in the world till date, and in India about 1,500. And in this whole world, Peru contains, or Peru hosts, the largest number of butterfly species. Now, butterflies are one of the most conspicuous species on Earth's biodiversity, and they are very, responsive to the environmental change. If there is a small slight change in the environment, the temperature, humidity, anything, butterflies are very responsive. They will respond to that change. That's why it can be said that butterflies are environmental indicators. And therefore, to know the butterflies more, we have to study them, and that is what my presentation is all about. So this is a common butterfly. So I have shown here what a butterfly looks like. So it's an evening brown butterfly. Then we come to the life cycle of a butterfly. So the example I have taken here is of a monarch butterfly. So first of all, we have seen the egg of a butterfly. Then the caterpillar emerges. Then it feeds on the leaves. It regains strength. It forms the chrysalis. Then the adult emerges. And at first, the adult cannot spread its wings and fly. As soon as it breaks through the pupa or the chrysalis, it has to gain strength. Then it straightens its wings, and then it forms its proboscis. I will tell you that part later. And then the adult butterfly emerges and flies and does all that stuff. And this cycle continues round, and butterfly population also continues. Then we come to butterfly eggs. So, as other animals also, butterflies, they lay eggs in clusters and in singles. So, most of the eggs are laid on leaves of plants. So, in the first photo, you can see about the pearl-shaped eggs. They are laid in clusters. So, these are small cluster, but butterfly eggs can be laid in hundreds of clusters. In one cluster, hundreds of eggs can be there. So they do this so that if the eggs are very small, they can get destroyed. So some of the population may survive. That is the reason they lay eggs in such big clusters. And as you can see in both the two pictures, eggs vary in color, shape, size, etc. So you can see the first one, it looks like pearls, and the second one, it has grooves on it, and the color is also different. And a caterpillar, it hatches from the eggs about 3 or 4 days after the egg is laid. And now we come to caterpillar. So the youngs of butterflies, moths, or any other animals or any other insects, it is known as a caterpillar or a larvae. But the larvae of moths and butterflies are mostly known as caterpillars. And butterfly caterpillars, they hatch out of eggs, and they vary in shape, color, size, etc. And it is an interesting fact that once hatching from the egg, the caterpillar first feeds on its eggshell, and then it feeds on the leaves. And the caterpillar in its stage, its main job is to eat and then regain the strength to form the chrysalis. So the amount of fat and the amount of energy stored while eating in its caterpillar stage is spent in its chrysalis. So the caterpillar takes 11 to 12 days to feed upon it, so it till it forms the chrysalis. Now we come to the chrysalis. The chrysalis or the pupa is the stage where the butterfly changes into its adult form. Chrysalis is also differ in color as other things. So the photo you are seeing here, it is the chrysalis of the common crow. It is very metallic in color, and many chrysalises are also there that are transparent in nature. After some days, you can see this transparent. So a chrysalis is mostly found hanging from tree branches, underside of big leaves, etc. So in the photograph you are seeing, it is hanging from a tree branch. And the butterfly mostly stays in its chrysalis or the pupa for 5 to 21 days. And on emerging, the butterfly has to first do one job, that is assembling its proboscis. So on hatching, the butterfly's proboscis are split into two parts, and it has to form its own proboscis, means it has to form its own tube. And if it cannot form its own tube, then the butterfly may die. So now we come to butterfly classification. So butterflies are classified into 5 families. So Papilionida, Piridae, Nymphalidae, Hesperidae, and this Lichenidae. So Papilionida, these are the biggest butterflies in India. They are commonly known as swallowtails. So why swallowtails? Because these butterflies, they have a long tail-like ending at their hind wings. We know swallow birds. So swallow birds have long feathers at the hind of their wings, which look like 2 wires. And you can see in the photograph of is a dragon tail, the first one. So it is in the right upper right corner. You can see the first photograph. You can see the big tails, right? 2 tails. So that is known as the swallowtail butterfly. So those are known as swallowtails, and they are one of the biggest butterflies in India. Then we come to yellows and whites. So why yellows and whites? When this butterfly close their wings, the underside of their wings, that is mostly yellow and white in color. But it can also have red or black marking or white marking. But the base color is yellow. And these are very small butterflies and very delicate also. Then we come to Nymphalidae. So in this picture I cannot show you properly, but if you take a very minute picture of their underside, you can see that their front foot, the front legs of this butterfly have brush-like structures, and they are very seldom used. So as they are very seldom used, their brush-like structures are formed on their legs. That's why they are called as brush-footed butterflies. And the image you are seeing, it is a blue pansy. Then we come to Lichenidae. So Lichenidae has the smallest butterflies in India, and they are called as blues because most of the butterflies of this group they have blue colored upper side of their wing. But these are very tricky to identify because you can see when closing the wing, the patterns are mostly white and black spots, and most of these butterflies look alike. Then we come to Hesperidae. So Hesperidae is the trickiest butterflies to identify. Like you can see in the both pictures that the first and the second picture look very alike, but these two are completely different species. The first one, there it is a small branded swift, and the second one, it is called the rice swift. So these butterflies are also called as skippers. So because they fly with great swiftness. And you can't even also identify these butterflies from seeing from far distance. You have to see the white spots on their wings and then you have to identify them. And these butterflies, they look like moths. That's why many butterfly watchers, they are confused with these butterflies. But you have to be very careful about these butterflies. They look very like moths. So they are also called as moth butterflies. I have learned in one area, it is also called as moth butterfly. Then we come to butterfly morphology. So the image you are seeing here, it is a digital art of a line butterfly. So the part that is number 1, so that is the antenna. So these two small wire-like structures are used for detecting smell and for sense of balance. So a butterfly doesn't have a nose. You can see a coiled structure that is labeled number 3. That is not the nose, that is the proboscis. So butterfly doesn't have a nose. So how will it smell? How will it breathe? So it uses the antenna for smelling, but breathing is a different mechanism. I will tell you that later. So the antenna is used for detecting smells and for balancing. Then we come to number 2. Number 2 is the eye of the butterfly. It is also known as compound eye because you can see in the picture there are small compartment or hexagon type of drawings. It is not clearly showed. You can see here not very clearly showed, but these are there. And the vision is also called as mosaic vision. It is seen in all the arthropods. And the eye of a butterfly is very good for detecting colors. That's why you see the butterfly goes to mostly brightly colored flowers. And then number 3, as I told you earlier, the coiled structure, it is known as the proboscis. So as I told earlier, the butterfly has to form its own proboscis or the straw. So it uses this proboscis only to drink nectar or fluids. It cannot eat, it doesn't have a mouth. So butterfly's diet is mostly formed of fluids. That's why it has the proboscis, just to drink it like a straw, like we do. So the proboscis is coiled when it is not used, but when it is used, it is a straight straw-like structure. Then we come to number 11. Number 11 is the head. It contains the proboscis, the eyes, and the antenna. Then number 4. Number 4 is the thorax. The thorax is the middle part of a butterfly. And the thorax is located in each and every arthropod rather than the arachnids. As the spiders we know, spiders only have 2 body parts, head and the abdomen. So the thorax has the wings are attached to the thorax. And in the thorax, the muscles that activate the legs and the wings of the butterfly are present. Then we come to number 5. Number 5 is the abdomen. So as I told earlier, butterfly doesn't have a nose. How will it breathe? So in its abdomen, there are spiral structures that are called as spirals only. So those help the butterfly to breathe. And in the abdomen, the heart, the reproductive organs, etc. are present. Digestive organs, reproductive organs, etc. Then we come to number 6. Number 6 are the feet of a butterfly. They are very, very thin and minute. Then we come to number 7. The hind wings. The lower wings are closer to the abdomen. Those are called as the hind wings. And the number 8 are known as the forewings. Those are upper and they are close to the head. Then number 8, you saw the hind wings and forewings. Then number 9. Number 9 is called as the cell. It is called as a cell. So you can tell that number 10 is marked. There is a black line. So those black lines are called as veins. Those are rib-like tubes that support and strengthen the wing. So like our body has skeletons to support us, the butterfly wing has veins. And each vein encloses a plain area called as a cell. So now I have completed all of these, so I will go to the next slide. So now we come to butterfly wings. So we know the butterfly flies from flower to flower, and without flying it cannot go anywhere. So wings are one of the most important part of a butterfly because without wings they cannot transport, they cannot go from here to there. And the wings, they are made up of protein membranes and they're covered in tiny scales and hairs. So you can see in the picture is of a painted gazelle. So in that picture you can see very frizzy structures. Those are the hairs, those are the wing hairs. And the color of the wings are made by the wing hairs only. And the tiny scales that make up the wings, those are made up of chitin. Chitin is a strong protein structures. And these help in the locomotion of the butterfly, as I told earlier. But a fun fact is that in many butterflies, you will find that the hair is not there. The hair is not there. There is no color in their wings. Their wings are transparent. So I will come to that topic later. Then the color of butterfly. So butterflies vary in different ranges. So the color, it is a very diverse range of colors. You can find all the colors of the rainbow in a butterfly. Means in every species of the butterfly. The butterflies have diverse colors and they get their colors from pigments and their scale structures. So how the scales are arranged, this says that their patterns on their wings and it is different from each and every species. So you are seeing the photograph, that is a branded peacock. So here I have arranged the slide to look like the rainbow, the colors of the rainbow. You can see each and every color of the rainbow, it is present there, almost each and every color. So the first butterfly you are seeing there, that is the purple emperor, and then the down butterfly means this left corner, bottom left corner, you are seeing a blue colored butterfly, that is the mountain blue swallowtail. And here you can see the swallowtail butterflies, as I told you earlier, that the swallowtail butterflies, you can see here, there are two swallowtail butterflies have two tails. You can see here also and here also, the tails are there. So you can see that the tails are there in the swallowtail butterflies. And also the third picture means the green butterfly. It is the green swallowtail, and the yellow one is the grass yellow. The red one is the crimson rose, and the striped tiger, that one is the orange one. So this shows that the butterflies are so diverse in the colors. You can see almost every color of the rainbow for butterflies. Okay, so now we come to the three other neutral colors, or the black, white and brown. So you can find butterflies in those colors also. So the black butterfly you are seeing there on the left upper corner, it is the black swallowtail. And on the right upper corner you can see a white butterfly, that is the albatross. And on bottom you can see a butterfly, chocolate pansy. So as I showed you all the colors of the rainbow and other neutral colors also, it can be concluded that butterflies are varied and they have a diverse colors range. Now we come to the size of the butterflies. So there are different shapes and size of a butterfly. So some may be large as our palms, while some may be as small as the tip of a thumb. So butterflies are very diverse in their shape. You can find butterflies from big, small, middle, etc. Even every size you can find. So the largest butterfly currently in this world is the Queen Alexandra's birdwing. And you can imagine 17 to 19 centimeter. A male Queen Alexandra's birdwing can reach from 17 to 19 centimeter. You can imagine how big it is. And the smallest is the Western Pygmy Blue, 1.03 centimeter. Very, very small, smaller than our thumb. Then the largest butterfly in India is the Southern birdwing, 190 millimeters. And the smallest is the grass jewel, 15 millimeters. So you can see the pic here, the left upper corner, you can see the big butterfly that is compared to a human palm. That is the Queen Alexandra's birdwing. It is this is not so big, but a male that reached to the size of 17 to 19 was also recorded in this species. Then in the top right corner, you can see the Southern birdwing, and in the bottom left corner, you can see the Western Pygmy Blue. That is very small. You can see it is compared to a human finger. And in the bottom right corner, that is the grass jewel. So you saw how diverse their size was. It can be big as our palm, it can be small as our thumb. Now we come to butterfly food. So our common sense is that butterflies feed on nectar. They go from flower to flower, they feed on nectar. But not only nectar, they feed on many different things, such as plant sap, and they can also feed on blood. It is not like that butterflies are predatory or they will kill an organism and then drink blood. Butterflies are not predatory animals in most cases, but if they find blood, they have to take blood. Because the nectar diet of butterfly, it mostly contains of glucose and carbohydrates. There is not much nutrients in that. So they have to take nutrients, right? Every animal being has to take a balanced diet. So that's why animal excreta, plant sap, then animal dung, sweat, they all have sodium, other nutrients, protein in them. So they have to take that. And as I said earlier, butterfly caterpillars, they feed on their eggshell first and then on seeds, leaf, flower, etc. So in this picture, you can see here the top left corner, the swallowtail butterflies, you can see feeding on a dead fish carcass. They are intaking protein also from that. And on the top left corner, you can see yellow swallowtail butterflies. They are feeding on animal dung. And on the bottom left corner, you can see a butterfly feeding on nectar from flowers. And here you can vividly see that the butterfly's proboscis is not coiled. It is straight like a straw. And in the bottom right corner, you can see a butterfly drinking sweat from a human body. So it also says that how butterflies are diverse in their food choices also. They have their own balanced diet from each and every part of the environment. Then we come to larval host plant. So commonly, what do you know about host? So when a party is organized, the organizer of the party is known as a host. And here also, when the caterpillar is growing on some plant, then that plant is known as the larval host plant. So larvae means the caterpillar, that's a larval host plant. So each and every butterfly has a specific larval host plant. In my opinion, I have seen many larval host plants, butterflies and caterpillars. But there may be also some, and there are also some butterflies which have a similar larval host plant. And this also helps the butterfly to be identified by us. And you see here the monarch butterfly larva feeding on a plant. So there are very common larval host plants as well as very rare also. Some are also very rare. So here are very common ones that are from our area that I have seen. So you can see Citrus limon is there, that means lime plant. You can see the lime butterfly there. You can see the common mormon there. Then you can see lime blue there. There are many different kind of butterflies. Then you can also go to Calotropis gigantea. So Calotropis gigantea also hosts many butterflies such as the plain tiger, common crow, striped tiger, many other butterflies. And even you have eaten mango, right? Mangifera indica. That is also a larval host plant. Many butterflies such as monkey puzzle, common baron, they also feed on that plant. I will show you the pictures later. Then you can also see here Astrolochia indica. So that butterfly, that plant hosts many roses. Means that is not flower. There's a butterfly names: common rose and crimson rose. I have showed you the picture before, crimson rose. And there are other many plants like Kalanchoe pinnata, Nyctanthus arbostristis, etc. So you can see the first photograph here, Nyctanthus arbostristis, cephali. This is the state flower of West Bengal, night flowering jasmine. And you can see the monkey puzzle butterfly. So this butterfly is known as the monkey puzzle. So if you see thoroughly, the butterfly has a pattern on its hind wings. So that is why it is called as the monkey puzzle. So next we go to the creep plant or Aristolochia indica, Ishwamul. So this plant is very important for the survival of the common birdwing and the southern birdwing. So it is a very important plant. You can see the plant. Then we have the live plant, Kalanchoe pinnata. This is the wild variety. So you can see the puffin butterfly. It is resting there, and it is not only a larval host plant but also a forage plant. So I will come to the forage plant later, but it's also a larval host plant. And then we come to the Kalanchoe pinnata hybrid also. This is also there. Then castor plant. So Riccinus communis. So this plant is very important for the common castor butterfly. So the castor plant, the common castor butterfly is named after this plant only. Many butterflies have the larva in there. So if you see very closely, you can see in this big leaf that there is a tear in this leaf. That is because it is eaten by the caterpillar. So common castor and angled castor both rely on this plant as the larval host plant. Then we have eggplant, Tulalam melongena. So it's a very common plant. We have all eaten brinjal and eggplant, right? But many other butterflies also like to eat this plant. Butterflies, what the caterpillars like to eat this plant. So there are many other butterflies. Such as I have seen the common baron caterpillar on this plant. Then purple cleome. Cleome. So this purple cleome plant, it is very important for many butterflies. So purple cleome, but this plant it hosts butterfly larva of psyche, striped albatross, etc. There are many other plants that host the psyche butterfly. I will show you later. Then this red dust, Ziziphus jujuba. So the Ziziphus species only, all the Ziziphus plants in the genus Ziziphus. So they host most of the butterfly species I have seen ever. The grass gammon, common pirot, angled pirot, rounded pirot, the sailor butterflies all feed on this plant. Then we come to forage plants. So as I said earlier, that forage plants, butterflies also use forage plants. So when the butterfly rests on a plant or hide itself, or it can even feed on that plant, it is called as a forage plant. So some common forage plants I am showing here. Valeria cristata. So this plant is very important for butterflies such as lemon pansy, yellow pansy. I have also seen the puffin butterfly rest on this, and I have also seen the larva of the lemon pansy on this plant. So it can be said that it's also a forage plant and also a larval host plant. Then we have guava, Psidium guajava. So Psidium guajava is the guava plant. We have all eaten guava, right? But many other butterflies have also eaten guava. So like the guava bloom, that butterfly likes to rest here, and also the caterpillar feeds here. So this shows that many plants which have fruits and vegetables which we eat, they are also larval host plants. So it shows the big diversity, right? It is so diverse in this case also. Then we have this show black tree, Hibiscus rosa sinensis. It is a flower. So flowering tree. So many butterflies also sit here. Then curry tree, Muraya koenigi. So this plant is very important for common Mormon and lime butterfly. I have seen many butterflies. I have also seen them feeding on the nectar of the flower of Muraya koenigi. And then at the down you have seen Justicia athatoda. So actually Justicia plant leaves are very very bitter, and they are used for cough and cold. But I don't know how the butterflies like to wander here and drink the nectar from the flowers. I don't know how they manage to do that, but this is very bitter plant. Then the orange jasmine, Muraya paniculata. It is also the same. This is Kamini plant. Then touch me not, Mimosa pundica. So this mimosa plant, the butterflies are very, they are very clever. They know that if I sit on the leaves of this plant, the leaves will close and I can fall. That's why they will sit on the branches of this plant. As the name suggests, touch me not, it doesn't allow anything to touch it. Then blue rattlebox is also very important. I have seen common blue bottle sit on this plant a long time. Then purple cleome also. So I have said the purple cleome is the larval host plant. It is also a foraging plant. Then mango, Mangifera indica. So it's a very common plant for butterflies such as monkey puzzle, then ciliated blue, then a common baron. So you can see the monkey puzzle butterfly sitting here again. Then China rose, this again Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Then pigeon wood, Trema orientalis. Then Mirabilis jalapa, 4 o'clock plant. Then Ashok, Saraka, Ashoka. So Saraka, Ashoka, it hosts the common cerulean, then oak blue, those all butterflies sit in this plant. Then Shahadevi, then this Brazilian tree. So I have to tell about this plant. If you are planning on doing a butterfly garden, so I will come to butterfly garden later. If you are planning on doing a butterfly garden, you have to have this plant in your butterfly garden. This, in our butterfly garden, this is the best plant that attracts the butterflies. Butterflies love to sit on this. There is not 1 minute that the butterflies leave this plant alone. You can see the butterfly sitting on that, right? Then oxeye beans. But this plant, this is a very interesting plant because when the seed pods of this plant burst open, a very itchy substance is released and it causes itchiness in humans and other animals also. But I don't know how butterflies survive this plant, but they like to flutter around it all times. Then bitter vine, Mycania micrantha. This is a very important plant because I have seen most of the zezibas sitting on this and drinking nectar. You can also see here the butterfly is there. Then you can see here correctly that the butterfly, like the common zezibel, it is sitting here. So now we shall go to the next slide. So night flowering jasmine again, Nyctanthes arbostristes, cephali flower. This is also very important foraging plant. As you see, you have seen the photo of the monkey puzzle here. I have seen it first when I started the larval host plant. Then purple yam. We also have eaten purple yam, right? We have eaten yam. This is also, you see the palm fly sitting here. Then hyacinth bean, Lavilla purpurens. So you have seen this plant, we eat the vegetable of this plant also. But you have seen the lime butterfly, you see the lime butterfly sitting here. I have never seen any butterfly sit on this, but very recently I saw this and I took the photograph. Lime butterfly was sitting here and it was a new discovery for me. Then Satavari asparagus racemosas. Now we come to nectar plants. But before coming to nectar plants, you saw how many plants I showed you. Many of them were vegetable plants also. Some of them were vegetable plants, some of them were food plants, some of them were wild plants. So this shows that the diversity of these plants is so much. Butterflies like to feed upon or forage on such a variety of plants. Now we come upon nectar plants. So we have a common sense like butterflies like to feed on nectar. So they hover from plant to plant feeding on nectar. And plants also, they know they have special special areas for animals or butterflies to feed on nectar. So nectaries, these are called as nectaries. But nectaries are the specialized nectar producing structures of a flower. And nectaries are not only present in the flower, it is also present in the petals, stamen, sepal, anther. But the nectar is present in the flower are called as floral nectaries. And you see the nectaries, floral nectaries, those are designed in such a special way that the butterfly can stick its proboscis in the nectary and they can drink the nectar. Now you see the sweetest nectar plant. As I have seen here, that butterflies mostly sit on these plants while they drink nectar. You can also see coriander and mint are also written there. So coriander and mint, both they are vegetable plants. We have eaten coriander and mint. But butterflies also like to feed on their flowers. And then some other nectar plants. You can see Lantana camera photograph over here. Lantana camera is a very wild plant, but butterflies also like to eat their nectar. Then some other also are listed here. Then Ixora coccinea. Ixora coccinea is also a larval host plant for monkey puzzle butterfly. Then I'm showing you some pictures from our butterfly garden. You can see the blue snakeweed or the Brazilian tea I showed you earlier, Statisticarphyta jamaicensis. So you can see the puffin butterfly feeding on the nectar from the flower. The same butterfly. Now you can clearly see the proboscis, right? It is like a straw. The white snakeweed, this is a different species. You can see the puffin here. Then the emigrant, or this is the albatross butterfly, the different butterfly. Then we have the common zezibel butterfly drinking nectar. Then we have, this is the emigrant butterfly. So you saw how many types of nectar plants are there, from vegetables to wild plants. Butterflies like to drink nectar from each and every plant. Their choice is there. So there's a diverse variety here. Now we come to these two behaviors that butterflies like to do very much: mud puddling and sunbasa. So these two are seen in many other organisms such as birds and insects, but the mud puddling is seen in butterflies most. So as I told earlier, that butterflies need a balanced diet. So from the soil, they like to suck up the sodium, the rotten matter and the other nutrients. So that is called as mud puddling. And sunbask. So we know that the sun is the primary source of heat for all living beings. In nature, we don't have a heater in nature, right? We have the sun as a heater. And butterflies, they are cold-blooded animals. So they depend on the nature for their body temperature and the body heat. That's why before flying, the butterfly has to get its body temperature perfect before flying, or its muscles will get cramped. That's why the butterfly sits on an open surface, exposes itself fully to the sun, and then it rests there for some time until its body temperature gets perfect. So a butterfly has to get 85 degree before it flies away. So you can see the picture here. The first left above corner, two painted common vegetables. They are mud puddling, and the bottom right corner, you can see that is the blue morpho butterfly. So blue morpho butterfly is sunbasking. Then we come to migration. So migration is a movement in animals from place to place in search of food, water, etc. So migration, we also see human migration, bird migration, animal migration, marine migration, fish migration, etc. But butterflies also migrate. But butterflies have a very short life, that's why they migrate very less. So butterflies mostly live up to some months, that's why they rarely migrate. But the butterfly that migrates in the most numbers is the monarch butterfly. So monarch butterfly migrates in a group. It can be there are 15,000 butterflies in a group. But the biggest migrant or the largest or the farthest migrant is a painted lady butterfly. So you can see the pictures over here. The painted lady on the above left corner, you can see, and the monarch butterfly on the top right corner. And on the bottom photograph, you can see the monarch butterfly migration. That is just one group of monarch butterfly, and in this one picture you can spot hundred of butterflies. But this is none compared to the real photograph. The photograph that was taken really, it had the whole monarch butterfly group, and it can be said that thousands of butterflies were in one picture. Now, as we know, in our environment or ecosystem, there is a prey-predator relationship, right? So there is a food chain, there is a prey-predator relationship. So the predator that is preying on a prey, it can also become a prey. So butterflies, they cannot mostly become a predator, right? Because they are not, killing animals. They don't kill. They don't have a teeth. They don't have claws. So they are not a predatory animal. But they become the prey of many animals, like birds, dragonflies, praying mantises, frogs, crabs, spiders, etc. And also some caterpillars of butterflies, they get paralyzed with wasp eggs. So what the wasp does is it injects these eggs into a caterpillar. So it first paralyzes the caterpillar and then injects its eggs into the caterpillar. So as the caterpillar grows, the eggs also grow inside it. Then the eggs burst open, the larva feed on the caterpillar and the caterpillar dies. So in this way, many caterpillars are infected. But butterflies and caterpillars also know how to protect themselves. So what they do is camouflage. So first of all, I will go to camouflage. So camouflage is a process when the animal disguises itself or hides itself. So many butterflies and caterpillars, they like to camouflage to hide from predators. So camouflage in butterflies, I will come later because I have a different slide on that. But for caterpillars, they like to roll up in leaves. So they are covered in the leaves. That's why the predator cannot spot them. And as you can see in the picture there, it is a caterpillar, but the head is looking like a snake. This is a very good disguise. It is a hawk moth caterpillar, and they like to disguise like this so the predator cannot come to eat them. And some of the butterflies also, like the monarch butterfly, it feeds on poisonous milkweed. So its wings get poisoned and the animal cannot eat it. And many caterpillars also, they have a Y-shaped gland on the top of their head, which emits very pungent smell if attacked. That's why the predators cannot attack it. And in some blue butterflies, means blues, the very smallest butterflies of India, they have glands. They have glands on the end of their body. And when they see that a predator is coming, they like to secrete a very sweet solution from their glands. So fire ants like to eat sweet. We always know. We see ants if the sweet is left there. So ants like to eat that sweetness from their glands. So what they do, they protect the caterpillar. So in this case, the caterpillar is protected by the ant, and the ants also get the sweetness. So in this matter, they protect themselves. Now we come to the camouflage. So as I already told, the camouflage is a process of disguising someone or making them hide or concealing them. So butterflies, they like to camouflage very much, and there are many butterflies that are a master of camouflage. So butterflies like the glass wing. So as I told earlier, that many butterflies don't have hair wings, which makes their wings transparent. So they like to mix with the surroundings, so they don't get spotted. And the hind wings of a oak leaf butterfly, it looks like a dead leaf, dead oak leaf. That's why you cannot spot it in the puddle of or a big mass of dead leaves. So you can see the picture here. The butterfly on the so the butterfly on the left top corner is the oak leaf butterfly. You can see it looks like completely like a leaf. There are veins and there are everything. It looks like a leaf. So that's a very good camouflage. And on the bottom right corner, you can see the glass wing butterfly. So you can see the wing is see-through and transparent. So oak leaves are found in India, but glass wings, they are mostly found in the Amazonian rainforest of Brazil. Now we come to habitat. So as we live in our homes, animals also have their natural homes, right? Like habitats. We live in our homes, but our homes doesn't have food for us. We have to go out, we have to buy food, etc. But a natural habitat of an organism should have its food, water, everything. And each animal in this nature has its own habitat. Butterflies also have their own habitat. So now we come to butterfly ecology. So as I told, butterflies have their own habitat. So before going to ecology, I will say that the habitats of butterflies are very diverse, and butterfly ecology is very much connected to their habitat. So we see that butterflies are found mostly everywhere around the globe that has a suitable condition for their living. Big means that if that is a not suitable condition, no life can be there. So no butterflies will also not be there. And butterflies have a very good, environment. Means they are a very good environmental indicator, and it is a very good thing if a butterfly is there in your area. It means that your area is very green. It is very clean. It is not polluted. Then we come to why are the butterfly important. So till now I have said you butterflies. I have told you the classification. I have shown you many butterflies, etc. But why am I showing you these? Why are they important? So we relish fruits, right? We have eaten apple, guava, banana, etc. But how do these fruits occur? So flowers are pollinated and then the fruits occur. But not only other birds or other insects pollinate flowers. The main pollinator of the flowers are butterflies. And they maintain the chain of the ecosystem. So it can be said that this is such a big ecosystem change. If such a small butterfly will disappear, nothing will happen. But that is not the case. In this environmental chain, if one small step also breaks, the whole chain will break. That's why butterflies are one most important part of the ecosystem chain. And now you have seen the importance of the butterfly. So now we can go to further discussion. And the butterflies also provide us food for many other insects and organisms. Now we come to butterfly conservation. So we know about conservation, right? Protecting an organism and doing a good, well use of it. Not only organism, anything. Protecting anything and doing a good use of it. So conserving and preserving is different. So if anyone says that if you are killing a butterfly, you are keeping it in the museum, you are conserving it. It is wrong. Because conserving means you have to protect the animal living and you have to get a good use from it. And preserving is different. So now in conservation is of two types. Ex situ and in situ conservation. So in situ means that there is if you have gone to a botanical garden, for example, there are plants from other origin also and from Indian origin also. If you have gone to Indian botanical garden, so the plants that are of Indian origin, they are not brought from anywhere else. They are from India only. So that is in situ conservation. But the plants that are of outer origin, those are ex situ conservation. Means they are brought from outer area. And we know that if you have to protect a species, you have to protect its habitat. So you have to protect the butterfly's habitat. You cannot also kill a butterfly. So in our area, I have seen many people, they like to kill butterfly for fun. But you cannot do that. It's an illegal act. There are many conservation, rules. As sir has said in this before my presentation, Ghosh sir has said about so many of these rules. So these are rules, and it is illegal to kill any organism in environment. You have to let that organism live. As you are living in this world, you have to let the organism live. So there are these rules, there are policies, there are conservation centers. But the main thing in conservation is awareness of the people. So I will get to that topic later, and we shall continue our slides. So now we come to butterfly garden. As I was saying about conservation in City on XC2, there are no big sanctuaries for butterflies, but there are butterfly gardens. So in a sanctuary or a national park or a zoo, you are conserving the animal, but you are bringing it from outside. So you are bringing the animal, you are locking it in there. You are keeping it in there. But butterfly garden is totally different, because you will not bring the butterfly there. You will make the conditions suitable so that the butterfly will itself come. So you will make the condition better, means you have to plant the trees and the flowers. You have to keep good sources of water. You have to keep the area clean, and butterfly will itself come if it has the suitable or environment. So there are many butterfly gardens constructed through the whole world in India, and you can also construct it in your own house. It is very easy. Just take a small plot of land, make a small water hole or a watering area, make plant some plants that are nectar plants and that are foraging plants and that are larval host plants for butterfly, as I have already said. And you give the butterfly food, like you just mash up some bananas and apples, you put it in a pan, you give it to the butterfly. No need to give them fresh fruit, you give them rotten fruit, they will like the rotten fruit. And make sure your soil is very damp and very moisturous and very fertile. And why fertile soil? Because if the soil is fertile, there is more nutrient in it, and butterflies do mud puddling. That's why. So these are very easy rules. You can make a butterfly garden at home also. And butterfly garden, it is very good because you can see the butterflies. If you see the colorful butterflies, your mind will also be very good. You will be living in peace. And butterfly garden, in many areas, you have to pay to visit a butterfly garden. So it is also a future pay generation. So you can also get paid for the butterfly garden. And now we'll go to next slide. So these are some of the butterfly gardens in India. Out of these, I have visited some of them only, and to say about most, I will say about the Ovalekkar Wadi Butterfly Garden. It is a magnificent butterfly garden. You can visit it. And lastly, I will say about the butterfly park at CC Mumbai. So the butterfly park at CC Mumbai is a very beautiful butterfly garden. I have gone to BNH's butterfly garden. That's it. You can also visit it. It's not that fair. It's not that costly. You can also visit it. Now we go to the values of butterflies. So I will focus on these 4 values of the environment, and on this is also based on the thing that Sarah has told earlier. Now we come to option value. So option value means that any natural resource that is stated should be always conserved for future use. You are saying that a butterfly is not used for us today, so we can kill it, but that is not like that. Anything that is not in use today can be for use for tomorrow. That's why you have to protect everything. If it is not useful, also you have to protect that. Now we go to other slide. So ecosystem value. So it refers to the ecosystem services. It is a non-consumption value. You have to give the services to ecosystem. You have not to be selfish. You have not to be selfish. Means that if the ecosystem is giving you something, that's why only you will protect it. It is not like that. Now we come to ethical value. So all life must be preserved based on live and let live. So I have told before that you have to protect the animals, because you are living on this earth. They are also living on this earth. So nobody gave you the permission to kill them. So you cannot harm any you cannot harm any species, and that is illegal also. Sir has told earlier. Now we come to aesthetic value. Aesthetic value means the beauty of the biodiversity. So as I told earlier, if you have a butterfly garden, it is very beautiful and it will only charm you. And it is a good thing for future pay generation. You will also get paid. So that is the meaning of this aesthetic value. Now, how to study butterflies? I have told you that you make a butterfly garden, etc. You conserve the butterflies, then this is important. But how to study them? If you don't study them, you cannot conserve them also. That's why you have to study them. So butterfly studies, they are mostly conducted in the morning, because And in the winter mornings, I say that you don't go very in the very morning. You go from 8 to 9, or you go when the sun comes out. Because butterflies are cold-blooded animals, and they will not come out until the sun is out. That's why I am saying that when the sun is out, you go for butterfly gardening or butterfly watching. In the summer mornings, you go from 6 to 9, and in the winter, I say you go from 8 to 9. And to study a butterfly, you will obviously need a good quality binocular. You have to see, the blues, the very, very tiny butterflies, they are very different, could be spotted on, far distance. That's why you need a binocular to spot them and to identify them. But if you don't have a binocular, then you need a good quality camera or a zoom camera. And you obviously need a butterfly guide to identify the butterfly. And you will need a paper and a pen to note down the important things. These are the small, things. You can gather these small things and you can go for butterfly guide. And if you don't even have a field guide, no problem. You download Google Lens from internet. It is a free app. You place the butterfly photograph. It will identify the butterfly photograph for you. It is free, of course. You can even use internet sources. No problem if you don't have a butterfly guide. But it is good to have a butterfly guide. It is good to have it. Then these are the two cameras you can use, Nikon and Canon. This is a large zoom camera. The one that is on the right bottom corner is a zoom camera, and on the left top corner it is a zoom camera, and on the right bottom corner it is a big camera, telecamera. Now we come to field guide. So I was talking about field guide for this all time. So field guide is very important here. So if you are thinking of field guide for Butterflies of India, very easy books to use. You can use these two books. So Butterflies of India by Isaac Khemkar. So Isaac Khemkar is also known as the Butterfly Man of India. And Butterflies of Mumbai by Nelson Rodriguez. So Butterflies of Mumbai book is not only about butterflies of Mumbai. As Mumbai is a very big state in India, most of the butterflies in Mumbai are found all over the country. That's why if you live in the central parts of India, I suggest you this book. But if you want a book that is very detailed about India, you can buy this Butterflies of India by Isaac Khemkar. Then you can also write these two field manuals, Naturalist Guide to Butterflies of India. And India means, in the Indian subcontinent here it is saying, by Peter Smitasek. So Smitasek sir is having one of the largest butterfly collections, private collections in India at Bhimtal in Uttarakhand. You can go and visit that. That is very beautiful. And sir is also a very humble person. If you go there, he will surely help you with the identification of butterfly. And these are the two same manuals but different editions. Then you can use this reference handbooks, different books. These are also some different books. And you can also use the butterfly books by Dr. Raju Kasam. It is very good. I've read that book. Now these are the pictures of the books. And if you are from West Bengal, that's where I am from. So if you are from West Bengal, I tell you that you use the last two books from this slide. The last two books from the right bottom corner. The Common Butterflies of Bengal Plains, and it is written in Bengali. I will not tell Bengali because it is international webinar today. So use those books if you are from Bengal. And there are some other books. And the last book of Butterflies of Boxer Tiger Reserve. If you are from Bengal, you can also use that manual. It is very good. Then these are the internet sources. As I told you, if you don't have a book, go to internet. It is a free area. Just download Google Lens and it will identify you the butterfly. But always the result is not good. That's why I suggest you have a field manual. It is good. Then just some Android apps and butterflies. There is some blogs. So before going to know about butterflies, I went to these blogs. This is the blog of my sir. And this blog has very information about many different butterflies. That's why you can go to this blog and check out his blog. Then this is the Butterfly India meet conducted in Boxer Tiger Reserve. So as it is from Boxer Tiger Reserve, I had to give this meet to you. So it is to inform you that there are many of these meets conducted throughout India. I mean, you can go to one of these. The recommendations. So the recommendations that are very easy. The final recommendation that I give you is the awareness among you is very important. You have to be aware about the butterflies. You have to know why you are protecting them. You have to know about these species. You are living with them. You have to know about them. If you are not aware about these butterflies, no one can conserve them. You have to be aware. So after that, I will come to some state butterflies of India. So you can see the blue Mormon from Maharashtra. then the southern birdwing from Karnataka, Malabar branded peacock from Kerala, common peacock from Uttarakhand, and the Tamil yeoman from Tamil Nadu. And the Algae Kashmirensis, it is proposed for the Jammu and Kashmir, and if government allows, it is also the state butterfly of Jammu and Kashmir. Then these are some endemic butterflies of India. The Malabar raven. The Malabar raven is a butterfly that is found in the Western Ghats mainly. As you see, the name suggested is Malabar. Then the small long branded bush brown. It is very similar, but you have to see the brands. Now these are some rare butterflies in India. So the first picture you are seeing, that is on the top left corner, is the branded lacewing. So why lacewing? You have seen laces on different dresses, like. So if you verify the image, you will see that there are laces on the down areas of the butterfly, lace-like structures. That's why it is called as a branded lacewing. And the butterfly Kaseri Hind, you are seeing the green butterfly. So you can see that the Kashmiri Hind is written. So Hind means Hindustan. It is from India. So this name verifies that it is from India. Then we go to other butterflies. So there are some rare butterflies in the world. First one, Macedonian grey ling. Second one, Sinai baton blue. And last one, Lange's mittelma. These are very rare butterflies and they are spotted very rarely. And some of them are also threatened. Then some common butterflies of West Bengal. And not only West Bengal, they are very common in the whole India also. So striped tiger, then the green one you are seeing, a bottom of striped tiger, common bottle blue. Then the tailed jay, you can see the tail clearly. Then the common jezebel, then common crow, and then common castor. And now we come to philately. So philately means collection of stamps and studial, postal stamps, etc. So stamps are also made on butterflies because they are very important. So you can see the stamps. And the butterfly picture you are seeing on the right corner, that is a butterfly. I have seen the butterfly stamp once in my life, but I couldn't find it. That's why I have given the butterfly photo itself. But it is a very good butterfly of ornaments, and you can find the stamp. Now you can see other stamps of here also. And you can see here this right corner stamp I'm showing you. This one is the stamp of the Kashmiri Hind butterfly. I showed you earlier the rare butterflies of India. That is the Kashmiri Hind butterfly stamp. And you can also see that the stamp from Zambia, right? So it is the international stamps also I'm showing you. Then you go for the last slide, and thank you for watching. And so long live the butterfly passion in all of you. You please study butterflies, it will always help you.
Thank you, Attoja, for presenting so live and vivid presentation. You are really amazing. This is your second presentation in our biodiversity series. Really, I thank you very much. Dr. Ghosh, I think, sir, you are here from the beginning. Sir, we need some comments from your end.
Oh, I am. I was in a different world throughout this presentation, mesmerizing, and I know this girl. I think in future we will get a lot from her towards this biodiversity conservation, biodiversity documentation areas, and I hope and I wish her brilliant future in this field. Thank you very much, Attoja. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Here is another Mitudi, my friend. She is also there, I think. Mitudi, can you tell something about Attoja? Oh, Mitudi, I think she left, just left. Okay. Now question answer session. Attoja, please see the chat box and try to answer the questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer the question. So the first question I saw here, that is there any harmful actions of butterflies? So butterfly, the caterpillar, as I said earlier, it feeds on leaves. So many people kill the caterpillars because they are pests of many crop production. So butterfly lays the eggs, caterpillar will obviously eat the leaves. That's why caterpillar, it is said that butterflies are not harmful, but the caterpillars are harmful. But if you want to get rid of them, don't kill them. I say that you don't kill them. You just take the caterpillar and place it on a leaf that on a tree that you don't want. So the caterpillar will also feed on the tree, and you can also be there. But if you don't know which leaf it will eat, then it is very difficult. You know, many butterflies have two host plants. So if you have the importance, or if you have the knowledge that which host plant it can be there, so you can place it. So the butterfly will also get conserved, and your crop will also be conserved. So the next question I saw that, can you discuss about butterfly wing venation? So as I said earlier, the veins on the butterfly wings. So the veins, if I don't know if you have heard them or right, but the veins are rib-like structures. You know, our human ribs, they support our internal organs, and they support our whole body also. So the veins also support the butterfly's wings. So it helps them to stay strong. You know, they're flying with great speed. They're flapping their wings in the air. So it is very, it is very common that their wings can get, damaged. But why they don't get damaged from all this flying? Because they have their veins on their wings. And, the venation of the butterfly also says about the, family they belong to. So each and every family of butterfly, it has a specific wing venation. And you can also identify the butterfly from this wing venation. And if you need further information, then you have to contact big scientific officers from India. You can go to Zoological Survey, or if you're from Bengal, you can go to Biodiversity Board of India, West Bengal. Like sir is there, you can also go to Biodiversity Board. But as I know that the wing venation, if you are asking for the what is the importance of the wing venation, then I said that the wings are very strong. And if you are asking that the venation for the infection of the butterfly, then it is very important for the butterfly's means identification also. Then other questions I'm searching and I'm scrolling to the text. So I got another question. So she's asking that, explaining the camouflage of butterfly. So as I said earlier, that butterflies camouflage to stay protected from the predators. So butterflies camouflage in many different ways. I showed you the oak leaf butterfly, and it looks like the dried leaves. I was also very confused when I first saw the oak leaf butterfly in a pile of dead leaves, and I couldn't spot it, and the predators also couldn't. That's why it is very important for a butterfly to camouflage itself. And I showed you the glasswing butterfly. So the glasswing butterfly has the transparent wings, and it helps them to mix into their environment, any environment they are in. So, but the glasswing butterflies are not found in India, and they are mostly found in the Amazonian rainforests where there are more predators. And there are other butterflies which are excellent masters of camouflage. And along with camouflage, caterpillars also sometimes camouflage themselves. Caterpillars such as the caterpillar of a Baron butterfly, it has such photographs, and it has such pictures on its body. So I think I shall show you the Baron butterfly photograph. It mixes along with a mango leaf. If you have seen a mango leaf, and if you have seen a Baron butterfly, I think you will understand what I am saying. So the Baron butterfly sits on the mango leaf, and the venation on its body and the mango leaf, they almost match itself, and the predator cannot spot the Baron butterfly. I will show you the picture of the Baron butterfly. Just wait a moment. I will show you the picture. So you can see here the picture of the Baron butterfly. You can see the picture. You cannot even spot the butterfly, Baron caterpillar. That is like the camouflage. And many other caterpillars are also there which camouflage in this manner. So that is what I know about caterpillar camouflage or anything. And there is another question that features of human blood-sucking butterfly. Yes. So actually, human blood-sucking, if you are asking, there are no butterfly that particularly suck human blood. And I already told that they are not predatory. So most, every butterfly has to suck blood. Mostly they suck blood from dead animals and dead or dead organisms. Or if they only find blood, but if they don't find blood, that is nothing from them. But I think every butterfly in its life, it has once sucked blood. But they don't suck blood from living organisms. And there are no specific features of butterflies. There are no specific features of human blood-sucking butterflies. So there is another question that BTGM crops affect butterfly diversity. That GM, what you are saying, I am not, understanding that. Actually, I don't know about that agriculture very much.
Atoja,
Um,
GM is
details.
genetically modified organism. Genetically modified, that
Actually,
means
sir, your
artificially
voice isn't
present.
coming clearly. I can't understand.
Actually, GM is called genetically modified. So genetically modified means that is hybrids and so on.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay.
you explain.
So it can affect the butterfly sometimes. If that is a genetically modified plant or a genetically hybrid plant, it can affect the butterfly. If the butterfly is feeding on the plant for years and suddenly it feeds on a genetically modified plant, it can affect its body features, but that is very rare. And I think the butterfly knows the difference between that plant and that plant. So it is very rare for a butterfly to get affected, but it is not very good that hybrid species are formed and genetically modified species are formed. And as you know, the butterflies are environmental indicators that I already told you. They will be able to tell the difference in those crops. So there is again one question: what is that extra function of the tail of a swallow tree butterfly? So that is not a swallow tree butterfly actually. So that's a swallow-tail butterfly. So butterfly tails, they don't have a specific function. That is what their genes, in their genes, everything is written in their genes. Their genes have everything about them. But if you are asking for the function of a swallowtail butterfly's tail, I cannot exactly tell you about the function because I have not read about anything like that either. But if I find any answer, or if I find any answer about that in future, I will always, you contact me and I will show you the answer.
Hello, but actually that is not a tail, Atoja. That is the
Sir, that is that is the extension of the wing,
wing.
right?
That is not a tail.
But it is called the tail because she's calling the tail. That's why I'm calling it the tail.
No, no, that's why the question is, nothing is there regarding the benefit of the tail or something like that.
Yes, sir. Nothing is there. I didn't sheet anything like that.
Butterfly is an insect, so in insect there is no tail.
Yes. Right, sir.
Question
So I
is-
think she got her answer. I think she got her answer from you.
Probably.
Yeah. And there is another, question, the ecology, ecosystem problem solving solutions and planning of future strategy. Oh, that's not a question. Okay. Okay. I am interested. Okay. So, can you discuss about the mosaic vision of a butterfly, or has a butterfly a mosaic vision? Okay. So, arthropods, all arthropods have a mosaic vision. So, they have a compound eye. So, if they have a compound eye, then they will always have a mosaic vision. And and butterflies, they belong to arthropoda, so they will have a mosaic vision. And that vision is very important for the butterfly, because butterfly has to, differentiate between that flower and this flower. They have to know which flower they have to feed nectar on. So the color, so that mosaic vision helps them to locate about the color. And you are saying that caterpillars have a mosaic vision. Okay. So caterpillars, some caterpillars, they have evolved compound eyes, but most caterpillars that I know, they don't have a evolved compound eyes. Yes, but some of them have a compound eye. From the simple eye they have, there is some caterpillars have simple eye, but some of them also have compound mosaic vision eye. Then genetically modified organisms, nothing. Then okay, so the basic steps of butterfly garden. So that is the question. So butterfly garden. So as I told, that butterfly garden. So you can make a butterfly garden at home. So to make a butterfly garden, first you have to know about the area. So I have done one mistake while making a butterfly garden in my previous time. That I made the butterfly garden on a higher surface. So it was difficult for the butterflies to locate the garden. That's why I say you mostly make the butterfly garden on the ground. If you have a roof of your house, don't make it there. It may have some problems, because when I constructed a butterfly garden on the roof of my house, there were very less butterflies. And when it was constructed on the ground, butterfly rate was very much more. So first you take the ground. So as the ground I'm saying you take a muddy ground, you take a very fertile soil, a very moisturous soil. So there will be very nutrients for the butterflies, and then you plant the plants. So planting the trees and the nectar plants or other plants, that is the most important part of a butterfly garden. You have to know about each and everything about the plants of a butterfly garden. So first you have to make sure that some parts of the butterfly garden have grass and small herbs, because many butterflies like the psyche, they like to give eggs on the grass-like areas and on small herbs like dried eggs. So you have to mention about small herbs and grass-like structures on your butterfly garden. Then you have to get you make three small portions of land. In the first portion you plant some larval host plants, like I have mentioned in the and if you go to Google, it is the best idea. You go to Google, you search about the larval host plants that most butterflies are attracted to. Then you go you plant the larval host plants. And if you want the most butterflies attracted to your garden for foraging on the adult butterflies, then I suggest you get the snakeweed that snakeweed. The Brazilian tea plant I show you again. So Strachystalfeda jamaincensis, that plant you bring home, that will attract very big amount of butterflies. And if you need, we have those plants in our house. You contact us, we will give them for free. We are having a monitoring program that we are giving many plants free for exchanging of other plants. We don't cost it, so you can come to our place, you can contact us, you can bring those plants to your home. And if you then you plant some nectar plants such as sunflower. Then you plant nectar plants such as lantana camera. You should have lantana camera. It attracts many butterflies as well as birds also. In your butterfly garden, it can be there that not only butterflies, birds and other insects are also there. That will always happen, because in your garden is areas are suitable, everything will come there. Then you go ahead and make some foraging plants, plant some foraging plants, like cassia, then Taberimontana. You go and plant those plants. Then you do what? You make one area, a small water hole. You have to have a water source for your butterflies to drink water from. So you go ahead, you make a small, cement hole there. You dug out some soil from the area. You go ahead and bring a large cement bowl on your area. You place that there. You fill it with water. And as time goes, rainfall will be there also, and the water hole will fill it by itself. And now then you go ahead and take a big plant. You have to have a very big or large tree there for the shade. And under that you take big bowls or big trays, and you paste rotten fruits, then mashed fruits. And if you want to place fruits, I suggest to place overripe fruits like bananas, apples, peaches, like those. Butterflies like to feed on rotten fruits, and that's a very good thing for a butterfly garden. So these are the basic steps for making a butterfly garden. And as time goes by, you will understand what your butterfly garden is. Then other questions. So, how can be possible of the future time safe or biosphere reserve butterfly? So Rajendra Meghwal, I cannot understand your question. You please tell the question perfectly. And if you want email IDs for butterfly identification, our email ID I will provide here. You stay in this room now. I will provide you the email ID. You send me the butterflies and I will identify them. And it is better if you go ahead and contact Peter Smithesek sir and other people from higher areas, because if there are very difficult butterflies, then which I cannot also identify, then you have to go and contact those people. They are very good. They are very good in butterfly identification. They are very humble. So you go and contact those people. And I think there is no more question. And thank you again for letting me tell something about these butterflies. And I'm again telling, yes? Anyone saying anything?
Yes, no question, Atoja. No question anymore.
Okay.
So you can leave. Thank you, Atoja, for your vivid presentation and answering so much questions and your patience. Really, we should thank you. You are so small only class 7 standard, but you have so many energy. Thank you, Attoja. Thank you to stay with us for so many times. Thank you, thank you.
Ghosh sir, are you here?
Madam, she is really very good. At a small age, she has done so much knowledge and intensity
Jyoti ma'am,
about
Thank you, ma'am.
nature. Thank you.
I thanks again.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. You are staying so much time and you are really a good listener.
Yeah, ma'am, I was listening about her speak, but so clear and so intensely she is giving.
She is very little girl. When she is only class 3 standard, from then she went with us for so many seminars, but they don't want to tell her to give her any opportunity in these seminars. But we think that no, you should do. Then jointly she presented in so many seminars, and she can write now papers in her own, and this total PPTs done by her. I am really
ma'am.
thankful to Attoja.
Yeah, and for knowledge, the age is not whatever small age they can so much
She has
intense.
patience. That is, she has patience, and I am really thankful. She is my
Yeah.
baby, but I thank to
Please,
God to give me such a girl.
Please convey my message to her, please, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, yes. Thank you, thank you. Please stay with us.
Yeah, ma'am. Recently from Maharashtra, Sangli, I am speaking, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Dear participants, we will post today at 10 p.m. our next webinar for 5th December 2020. The resource person maybe Dr. K.P. Dinesh from Zoological Survey of India from Pune Circle, Maharashtra. So please go to the WhatsApp group or Telegram group and fill your that is registration form for next seminar. And please stay with us, that is within the group, WhatsApp group or Telegram group, to get certificates, and we will provide the certificate before 5th December. Good night. Now, participants, you can leave from the room. হ্যাঁ স্যার, খুব ভালো বললেন। আজকে আপনাকে অনেক কষ্ট দেওয়া হলো, অনেকটা সময় আজকে লেগে গেল। মোটামুটি সবসময় 100-র মধ্যে থেকেছে। আজকে এখন ঢুকতে পারবো না, কারণ এই তো ঢুকতে ওই হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে ঢুকবে, ওটা আবার বেরোলো, ওটা এখনও বুঝে ঢুকবে। হ্যাঁ না, দুটো না, একটা এতেই হবে, একটা ফিডব্যাক নিতেই হবে। তো আলটিমেটলি একটু পরেই বুঝতে পারবো আর কি। আপনাকে আমি জানিয়ে দেবো এতে, এই ওই হোয়াটসঅ্যাপেই জানিয়ে দেবো। ওটা আমার মনে হয় ওই 148-50 হবে। হ্যাঁ, ভালো থাকুন, পরে ফোন করবো আপনাকে। হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে। ম্যাডামকে একদিন দিতে হবে, ম্যাডামের একদিন লেকচার নেবো। ওই 7টা থেকে 8টা, 1 ঘন্টা। দিনেশ তো দিচ্ছে পরে আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। তারপরের দিন হবে ওই রবীন্দ্রবাবু বললেন, রবীন্দ্রনাথ ভট্টাচার্য। দেরি করে কখনো না পেরে চান তো পরে ঢুকে যাবে। ঠিক আছে, গুড নাইট।